Here's the thing, y'all. I love Costco. Okay, I literally love Costco so much. And today I decided to go and get a large pizza just for myself. Did not realize it was going to be this big, massive thing. And so I'm like, damn, all right, well, let me get in my elevator to my apartment. Hopefully no one will see me with this thing because I was feeling a little self-conscious. Okay. And there's a man in there and he goes, fun. Girls' night? Yes, me, myself, and I will be having a phenomenal party. Update, I have had 5 slices of pizza tonight so far, so we are plowing through it at this rate. Hi, everyone, it's Isabella here, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, this is gonna, oh boy, okay. We are talking about Airbnb hosts. You guys know I will yap about anything here on this channel, and there is a couple who is an Airbnb host that's kind of gone viral recently in these past couple days for being awful Airbnb hosts. Okay. And so I was like, you know what? I want to be the judge of this as someone who gives some good nuance, but is a little bit particular, but also has a deep problem when it comes to weird Airbnb hosts. I want to talk about this because I think this is a whole different corner of the internet I've never touched on. You know what I mean? When we have content creators that are also Airbnb hosts who are then posting weird things about their previous guests, complaining about dirty dishes, food, you name it, the list goes on and on. They're getting called out bad. And I want to talk about it from my perspective. So before we hop into today's video, don't forget to that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so you'll be notified of every single video I post. And now real quickly, I do want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. I'm moving to Los Angeles. Overall, a lot's happening. I need to track my expenses. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a platform to make that so much easier for you? Well, that's where we introduce Monarch Money. Monarch Money is a financial platform that is 100% ad-free, and it puts everything in front of you, all of your accounts, all in one aesthetically pleasing space. It syncs with over 13,000 banks, credit cards, brokerages, so you do not have to go hunting between tab to tab to keep your money organized. One of my favorite features about Monarch Money that I constantly rave about is their budgeting feature. And I can track it all on all my devices, my laptop, my phone, so that way there is no confusion. I'm completely organized. And what's great is I can separate my fixed expenses budget from my budget that is happening around maybe a different scenario, like my Los Angeles trip. If I realize I'm gonna have to adjust my expenses for my moving budget, I can do that as I'm on an apartment tour. So if you're trying to get your finances in order, I highly encourage everyone to do. You guys can click the link in the description below or pin comment and start your free trial today for total money clarity. Or use the code LANTER50 to get 50% off of Monarch Core Tier. Thank you so much, Monarch Money, for partnering with me on today's video and also being so helpful for me and my money managing. And now let's get into it. Quick question though, by the way, before I get into this, have any of you had a really bad experience in an Airbnb? I really do want to know. So this couple by the name of Cassie and John, it looks like they are 20 and 21 years old. That's what I've learned recently. So this is their profile. It says Airbnb owners, Jesus followers, and then it shows their business email. They have 252,000 followers and their entire account is essentially dedicated to making content around their Airbnb. I don't think Airbnbs are inherently wrong in any way. I like the idea. I think they're very convenient. I don't think there's anything wrong with renting out your space and letting other people use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's bad. What I have a problem with is when people overdo it, which is what I'm kind of getting the vibe that this couple is doing right now. And so this content will highlight post guest cleaning, repairs of the Airbnb, restocks of the Airbnb, things like that. Now, that kind of content is not awful or wrong. When it can get wrong is when it starts invading privacy and hating on people, pretty much being anti-marketing for your Airbnb and trying to convince people that they should not stay there. I'm going to pull up a couple of examples and let's get into it.
We just had 4 Airbnb guests check out from a 3 nights today.
We already know they had some kids with them because the lights are crooked as heck and there's a ball in the driveway. So let's go see how they left their house.
Let's go. All right, let's head inside. All right, got a remote misplaced. Thank you for hosting us. Home is perfect. Everything we needed was here. Clean and comfortable. Love the fur.
Here's the thing. I'm so sorry, but I am a certified yapper. I need to get that on a t-shirt. Whatever. I can't shut up, as you all know. I have to pause this and say, that would immediately piss me off if I see an Airbnb host be the remote's left right here when it should be, I'm so sorry, 3 feet next door.
Babies, thank you so much for everything.
Okay. Maybe it was because they were cleaning, right?
You see this? It's wobbly.
This is future John. We missed this in our walkthrough. The lamp bulb has been pulled out of the lamp and the metal part is still up in the lamp. Completely missed it on our walkthrough. We just thought the lamp was off, went to turn it on, it wasn't working, and found this. I know you guys are oh my gosh, it's just to ottoman, whatever. It's against the house rules to move furniture. So a rule is a rule. I don't care if you guys think it's nothing.
Okay, by the way, I have to pause this as well because I noticed this while rewatching some of the stuff earlier. There's a screenshot and a comment actually highlighted this where it says, so what was this then? And it shows the light bulb intact still. So again, I don't know if it just fell out recently or being wonky. That also could literally just happen. You could not be screwing with anything and again, shit just happened. Light bulbs go out. We didn't notice this through our walkthrough. The light bulb looked intact just a second ago. You know what? Maybe I'm just dumb and wrong. That is also a possibility. No respect for the house rules, but they scooted the ottoman out. Maybe they were cleaning. And how could that be awful? Don't be an Airbnb host if you're going to be so particular. I went to LA recently and I had a hotel room, as one does. And what did I do? I grabbed the handy dandy cuck chair in the corner and scooted it over to the mirror so I could sit there and do my makeup. I needed it really bad to put on my mascara, so I didn't sit on the floor. I wasn't feeling it that day. Did I scoot it back? Yeah. But oh, good grief. Was it angled probably wrong? Yes. Also, did I leave with my sheets not 100% done? Yeah. The trash can is full in the hotel. What am I supposed to do with it? You know what I'm saying?
They didn't take like any of our snacks.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
So sad.
No coffee.
Thank you guys for everything. Def loved the little spot and loved the puppies too.
Nice.
Imagine going through your For You page and you see your Airbnb host just bitching about you. I would be so pissed. I'd be like, you know what? Never mind. I'm never doing that again. That would get me onto Expedia.com so fast. Trivago. I would be like, I'm never getting on Airbnb.
Whoa, we got a
Oh,
lot
boy.
of stuff.
Oh gosh.
We're supposed to throw away their trash. It stinks.
That looks like my mini fridge when I was in college and I was broke. Oh, it stinks. Mind you, they just checked out. You also open the food. If I ever feel like a hater, this feels like 10 times over. I thought the Airbnb whole motto and marketing was around a home away from home. And that doesn't mean to disrespect the space, absolutely not. But wouldn't that also kind of mean that you kind of get cozy and then you pay a cleaning fee and then they clean it up after you? I don't know, man. As long as I don't trash the place and like nothing's broken, I don't see the issue with that. Like this already gives me the vibe of like how much like extra like fees you're going to charge for this shit. Like what are going to be the problems you're going to be charging these poor people and they're thinking it's totally fine? Because after a bit, like it just sounds excessive to me.
Gosh.
We have food in here too. Mac and cheese. And
Oh, it stinks. What did you open? It smells so bad. I'm going to the bedroom. All right. Well used, but everything is where it goes, so that's good. Once again, well used, but remote is here, lamps are still here. Basket is full of laundry.
Okay, they used a bunch of toilet paper. They didn't really use it.
Can they not wipe their ass, guys? Is that not allowed? Is it against the rules for me to take a massive double-decker number 2? Truly, with me and my IBS, I would be shitting so bad they'd be pissed off I plowed through the Continental.
Any of this stuff.
Cool. Surprisingly not that bad for them having some younger kids with them. We're not really upset about the furniture being moved. It just goes to show that there was a lack of respect for the house rules, but whatever.
And also, all the food and stuff left in there. Yeah. Like, if this, obviously, the restaurant food, like, throw that away. We can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
I could get the hot sauce and stuff because sometimes people do leave that, but throw your leftovers away.
Yeah, that's gross. Now the whole house stinks because we opened that. If you like the content, click the follow button.
And we'll get.
Okay, as someone who literally just got like food and I put it away. No, it's not. I'm so sorry. Maybe I don't believe that. I feel like we're just complaining for shits and gigs. Okay. So the comments were sniffing this out very, very fast. And I see people that are going, they didn't take any snacks. That's so sad. If they took any snacks, you'd be mad about it. Next commenter said, so basically don't touch anything and sleep standing up. Got it. Michelle really is saying what the people are thinking here. Next one. Imagine leaving a sweet note saying thank you and then you come online to see this. Exactly my point. And this is where I think that some of the Airbnb content could get actually really weird and ethical. It's like after a certain point, like what do you gain from this? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you're like, oh my God, we had a really crazy situation. Let me show you. And it is like trashed and you're showing that kind of like that's valid. That's like a rare occurrence. But every single time, look what they did, guys. Look, oh, the light bulb, the ottomans moved. Guys, they didn't take our snacks. I feel like this is just anti-marketing for Airbnb in your content, like in your Airbnb stays in general, because this is not doing what you think it is when it comes to content. And another thing that I want to kind of like point out as I go throughout this video is like analyzing how not all content is good for marketing and not all content is going to actually help with your reputation as a business owner. Because if we're getting realistically here, they are, from what I know, business owners when it comes to Airbnb. So with that, I would assume naturally want to find a way of having good marketing around that to make people want to stay there. Wouldn't it be cute of, oh, this is our experience, and like more lighthearted, right? It's kind of the same thing even with one of the previous videos I made where it was that influencer that went through that small town grocery store and like bitched about it the whole time. Instead, you could have like said something positive. You could have been a whole lot better about that. You didn't have to be just a jackass. But this is kind of a good example of like, it's just negative marketing. It's not really actually adding any substance. Or if it is, it's not being like, it's just bitching for fun. You know what I mean? Like there's no real end goal. And so that ends up being incredibly counterproductive and also adding to the points of this is why so many people don't want to rent Airbnbs, because because of hosts like this. Like, this is not making me feel welcome. Like, I'm a very, very careful, clean person, but any place I try and clean up to the best of my ability. And I even would sit here and think that maybe I wouldn't be able to go to a place like this because they would indirectly from a distance, I would hear them bitching me out. You know what I mean? So like, I wouldn't even want to waste my time. And also the caption says, how many stars are you giving these guests? I don't like that. I am not a fan of this behavior at all. Okay, so let's look at the next video that was posted up.
If you guys saw from one of our last videos, you guys know that one of our guests left a whole bunch of food in our fridge. So we're gonna talk about it while we deep clean it together. It makes me really sad because these guests were really great. They communicated very well. It's just very disrespectful that they just left a whole bunch of other stuff for us to take care of.
I don't know, man. Disrespectful will be me wiping my bare ass cheeks on the linen curtains. Maybe it's just me, but maybe, possibly doing that would be disrespectful. I fear we're just complaining too much.
Like, if cheese is open, you can't use it for other guests. All this stuff that has to be trashed. They did use the dozen eggs that we left for them, and it looks like they bought some more because there's 6 white ones here, so. Not only is it disrespectful, it's also in our house rules just to throw away all of your trash and stuff that you have. I could maybe give them the benefit of the doubt that they were thinking that we could use, you know, the ranch and stuff, but your leftovers, come on. All right, the fridge is squeaky clean. Now let's get started on this freezer. Also open, so cannot use. Check the expiration on this. June 2028, I am gonna leave this in here after I deep clean everything. Well, I would have noticed that scratch before. I'm sure you guys can see that on the fridge. That looks bad.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Guys, okay, here's the thing. This is really gonna piss me off. And I'm really trying to be as understanding her as I can. But we also, like, to me, these are the type of business owners or Airbnb hosts, whatever you wanna call them, that should not be doing this. The reason why I say that is it's the same vibe as when you have something really nice and you get really, really angry when it wears naturally. For example, I recently bought a work bag and I was incredibly excited about it. And I had somebody kind of warn me of like, okay, but don't forget, like, it smudges, it scratches, like, it's gonna bend and age. I'm like, well, that's a purpose. That's a point. You're supposed to use things. And that's not mean treat things bad, but things are going to wear and tear. That is the natural reality of using items. You can't expect everything to be perfect. So sometimes shit happens and shit, the magnets could have, I don't know. There's so many ways this thing could happen and I didn't even notice the scratch. I did not. Okay. Me personally, I did not. After a certain point, I'm sorry, but when I walk into an Airbnb or a hotel, I'm not freaking out if I see a small scratch in a fridge. I don't give a rat's ass. Is the bed clean? Is my handy dandy cuck chair in the corner readily available for me to use so I can sit there awkwardly doing my makeup? That's the shit that I care about. I really do not care about this stuff. Why would somebody want to stay with you if you keep complaining? I would be stressed out. And I think it's the last thing that people want to consider when it comes to going on trips is being stressed and uncomfortable, especially when it's cost so much money to go on trips and to do things. I would perceive going to a hotel or Airbnb as I can relax. This is my home away from home in whatever way I perceive it as, whether it's a hotel or Airbnb, but I get to kind of chill out for a second. Again, not disrespectfully, but chill out for a second. I don't want to overanalyze all my actions thinking I'm going to piss off a young couple who's running their Airbnb. What does this do? Like, truly, and mind you, this video was posted 6 days ago. What is this doing for your marketing? This isn't tips for Airbnb hosts. There are people who are giving positive experiences. All this is just flooded with complaining. It's not actually doing anything that's gonna make someone go, God, I can't wait to book. And the caption on this video says, I feel like we aren't asking much, just throw your trash away. Are we making this a big deal? And then the comments are saying, don't they pay you a cleaning fee? Another one says 5 items, 5. Another commenter said a whole bunch of food. And it's just a meme of like SpongeBob with like a bunch of shit around him. And then calling it a deep clean, yeah, I'm sorry, but this is like over exaggeration for clicks and content. I don't 100% think that this is like rage bait. I truly think that they believe that they should walk into an Airbnb with it completely perfectly clean and they have to do a quick little wipe down and that's it. That's not how it works. Like, even with hotels that are really clean, I know damn well they have to come through and do a good thorough cleaning to make sure everything is good to go for their next guests.
The bathroom is definitely my least favorite thing to clean in our Airbnb. It's just probably the grossest part of the house, and I literally hate doing it. But we're gonna do it together because I think it would make me hate it a little less. All right, first thing I do is I'm just gonna spray all of this. A lot of people ask what I use to clean just like all the surfaces in here, and I actually make this. It was just a bottle that I got from Dollar Tree and I used everything. But this is all-purpose cleaner, some stuff that I got from Amazon that I really like, and then I just mix it with some water. I use this for every surface in the house.
Okay. This is another complaint that I have when it comes to this content, but also in general that I have a problem with when it comes to certain hosts, is there are people who want to host Airbnbs, but don't look into hosting and how to make the space good for a guest. For example, you're gonna have to look into how to thoroughly clean a place because it's not your butt touching the toilet anymore. Many butts touching it, okay? Many hands touching the counters, the surface of everything. So therefore, you need to thoroughly clean it and get proper disinfectants to make sure shit is solid. So what I'm thinking is, I don't see any industrial cleaners. I'm not seeing bleach. I'm not seeing nothing right now. That is alarming to me. I especially, like, for example, if I have family and friends come over, I definitely go out of my way to clean or do things a little bit more than I would in my own, like, because it's just me, right? It's me and my dog Lila. So I go out of my way to do things because I want to make sure that they have, you know, a good experience. Especially strangers, I think it would make the most sense to do a thorough scrub down. And when I see also a tub that has a little rubber stuff on the bottom, is that getting picked up and cleaned? I don't think, what cleaner is this? I know the container. Is that doing enough? Also the general that's like how a middle school boy cleans a shower. I have brothers, I remember those days. They used to clean the bathroom like ass.
Including the toilet, but I also put like regular toilet bowl cleaner in there too, so it's also getting clean with some other stuff. But everything else, I use this. We went to an Airbnb one.
My flabbers have been guested. Holy shit. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just had a light bulb. Eyewitness. When you're an eyewitness, it's not eyewitness. Well, it is, but it's eyewitnessed. Eyewitnesses. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I am stupid. Did I just witness you using the same cloth to wipe the sink that has Colgate in it, then with the mirror? I hope that's just the same color of towel, but you have several of them. I don't even do that. Dude, if you guys saw the power tools that I use in my damn shower, ooh, this is kind of like the saying, you can't eat at everyone's house. You can't stay at everyone's Airbnb.
Time that had one of these mirrors and I absolutely fell in love with it. So we got one for our house here in our remodel, but then we also got one for the Airbnb because it's just amazing. Yes, checking in today knew it could possibly be a later checkout, but I'm really trying my hardest to make sure the house is clean so you can at least check in by 3. It's currently 2:21, so I think we're making good time. We rarely ever have check-ins on Sundays just because Sundays are really busy and we serve at church, and church is 45 minutes away, so we never like doing a turnover on a Sunday, but today was just a little different. I don't know if you guys can see very good, but on the outer ring, it's kind of like layered with like yellow. So I need you guys to tell me what I should get to help with that, because right now I'm using Lysol toilet bowl cleaner and it does. The bathroom is definitely my least favorite thing to clean in our Airbnb. It's just probably the grossest part of the house, and I literally hate.
I see only 3 towels in your hand, Diva. So that can only mean one thing. You use those towels for about everything. I am such a clean freak that I could not, man. I've done some nasty shit in my life, but not that. Oh God. And also, did you lift the rubber mat from the floor of the tub? Or is everyone's dead skin under that? This is why I yap, and I love the saying, not everyone should be a business owner, not everyone should be doing stuff like this, because again, there's one thing with learning, but you have to go out of your way to learn. Some people really like minimize the idea of being a business owner or an Airbnb host or anything for that matter. It's like, oh, well, it's nothing. No, it's everything. It's particular. That's why certain like hotels have reviews for bad cleaning or bad service or experiences, because this kind of stuff lasts a long way. You don't want to feel icky going to an Airbnb. And it grosses me out because if anything, like people seeing this don't want to, I'm so sorry. I don't want to go to your home anymore. I will stay in the house. I'll get a hotel. I would rather stay at anywhere else at this point, but that, no, thank you. This is why you have to do your due diligence to look into how to actually do things like cleaning, like hosting, lasting impressions. If anything, this kind of content should be replaced with stuff like, hey guys, question, what's the worst Airbnb experience if you had, or hotel experience? And also, what are positive ones? What's the lasting impression that made you feel like you would want to stay there again? That kind of information is gold. Listening to your audience and taking that feedback and literally turning it into something great will make you successful. Like I have 100% seen Airbnb hosts online who are phenomenal examples. There is one lady, she is a sweetheart. I forget her name. If I can find her account, I'll pop her up over here. I really like her content. I do. I think she's a great example of an Airbnb host. But this kind of stuff is messy, and I'm not shocked that you're going viral for the wrong reasons. But also they keep posting stuff and like mocking the comments, like kind of go back and forth and joking. And I'm like, see, I would make jokes about myself and make fun of me, but if someone's calling out my business and saying like I'm nasty and gross, that this is white people shit, I'm gonna get embarrassed.
2 guests and a pet just checked out from a 3-night stay at our Airbnb while they were here for July 4th weekend.
So let's go see how they left the space.
There we go. Side note, we got all the dead bushes replaced and they look so much better.
Quite dark in here.
Oh man, it feels nice in here.
So let's see if they left us a little note. Hi, we had a blast here. We found this place because it's exactly halfway between my husband and I, and he is in training and I'm at home in North Carolina. Love the decor. They love the decor. And the piano, the eggs are amazing as well. Our favorite, thank you. That's so sweet. Looks like they used the space.
The pillows and the blanket are all out of place.
They're gonna come for us. I'm thankful that they used a blanket.
I'm so over this. I'm so over this.
It looks like they maybe had a nice cozy time in here.
There is a TV in here, by the way.
All right, off the bat, I already see that they didn't use my Welches.
Maybe the comments aren't wrong. Maybe I have to become one with the floor in order to stay in this place. Why are you Airbnb hosts? Like, I have to ask, there are some people who want to have the benefits of a business, but then they absolutely hate the realities of being a business owner. And that's valid, right? Like, if you don't like mess with that, if you don't like that kind of stuff, that is so valid. Why are we purposely making ourselves miserable then? Like, if you hate this and are like, this sucks, people don't, like, why do it? Find a different side hustle. I beg of you, something else. Pillows are out. Dude, I'm so sorry, walking in, I wouldn't even think of it. I'd be like, oh, okay, sweet. And also, with certain blankets, wouldn't you maybe pick them up and wash them or something like that? You know what I'm saying? I can't fathom how this is an issue.
They did use some coffee.
I do see a big, huge thank you on the fridge. That was sweet of them. Obviously, we already know the eggs are gone. I don't think they drank any of your drinks, Kat.
Whoa, the window's open.
Dude, I don't know why the blinds are like always halfway up.
And maybe their dog was...
Moving on. Master bedroom. Dude, the blinds are halfway up again. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I wonder if they did that because they didn't want the dogs to get them.
That is such a good thought.
And that makes me really glad because those are like brand new blinds because they were broken for the longest time.
Guys, is it wrong to have the blinds up in the place that you're staying? Why is that such an issue that the blinds are up? Please, I beg of you, make mugs and sell them on Etsy. Please do something else, please.
So, where's the remote? Oh, there it is. Cool.
And look, they put all their towels in the basket.
Perfect.
It looks really clean in here.
Oh my gosh.
Looks
It looks like
maybe
unused.
Use some of that stuff. No products taken.
Wow.
All right. Don't have much to say because these guests were wonderful and they were so clean, very respectful. Can't even tell that there was a dog here.
They got real lucky. We were out of town the whole time they were here, so they didn't have to hear any car doors, nothing.
If you like this content, make sure to hit that follow button and we will catch you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so that is it that I'm going to show you guys when it comes to this content. But again, lots of people have been complaining about this couple, and I'm honestly not surprised. And maybe it is, like, genuinely, I'm going to say this, maybe it is because they're young and they're kind of new with the way that they handle it. They think that, like, complaining about all this is getting good attention. I want to kind of keep going, though, because there is a creator that pulled up all of the late fees and the charges that they do charge and the rules, the house rules. So I want to kind of rapid fire run through that. I haven't watched it, but somebody sent it to me. And yeah, let's get going.
Somebody posted the house rules for that Cassie and John Airbnb, and here's the crazy fees that they charge. First, for unregistered guests, it's $200 per night per guest. Granted, people shouldn't be staying there if they don't have permission, but $200 a night seems excessive. Also, they misspelled registered. Security cameras are in place. We will monitor the number of guests entering the home. All right, that's a little creepy. No smoking or vaping within 20 feet of the patio. Okay, fire hazard, I get it. Smoking within 20 feet of the property will be a minimum $800 cleaning fee. $800 for what? They're late.
$800 cleaning fee?
Checkout fee, though, is probably the most ludicrous. So the base fee for late checkout is $200, and then it's an additional $50 every 10 minutes. So checkout is at 10. If you check out at 10:30, it's a $350 late fee. So checking out 1 hour late at
Holy shit. my God. You know what? Screw that. Never. I'm so sorry. Respectfully, I would rather stay at a hotel because one of my credit cards actually allows it to where I can get late checkout, which is phenomenal. And either way, I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the $800 monitoring. That feels weird. I get security cameras to kind of like make sure everybody is safe. And again, for security purposes, I don't think that's wrong. But like, this just seems excessive.
11 is $500. No exceptions. And then for that piano that is unnecessary to be there in the first place. Children under the age of 13 are not permitted to use the piano, nor is any adult who does not know how to properly play the piano. Like, why even put it in there?
I fully agree with that. That's just excessive. Here's the thing. It would not make sense to me then to put a piano in a specific room like that if you're like not expecting people to play with it. That doesn't really make any sense to me. And also, how is one to determine if somebody knows how to play piano? Like, how do you guesstimate that? I don't even know. Regardless, here's the thing. I think they're young and I think they're putting in a lot of crazy things and fees. And I don't know if maybe that's on the fear of maybe they're going to lose out on a lot of money and maybe they are not financially able to keep up with those things, or if something breaks. So that is also a concern. Or if they are just young and naive and they're like, whatever, and they think that's a good idea. Or if they genuinely just hate doing this and they think it's a good money investment and that's really about it. Regardless, a couple things I want to say. If you're going to be an Airbnb host, you need to lean on positive marketing. Airbnb hosts do not exactly have a good vibe right now. They just do not, okay? That really sucks. How can you change that? By showing that you are the exception. More people are going to be willing to trust the app and trust you specifically through positive reviews and also the content that you make. Also, even if this place has positive reviews, just off of this content alone would make me immediately not want to stay there because it just doesn't give me a very positive vibe. How I think that they could kind of like redirect this, and for any Airbnb host, is asking about things, telling fun stories, maybe showing positive reviews, how they give things to their guests. And here and there, of course, maybe like, oh, here's a negative experience that they had with somebody who's a guest maybe, but having that as like your main source of content just feels really rude. And also when some of it is so surface level, right? I can understand if someone trashed the place and ruined it, because social media could also be a really amazing way for justice and actually getting traction on a problem that is a real legit one, right? Like I have seen Airbnb hosts that go out of their way to show somebody like me thousands of dollars worth of damage, and it was awful. They hosted a party, it was really shitty, and they were able to get their money back and get properly compensated. So absolutely, I don't think that's inherently wrong. But going this kind of marketing and then consistently complaining, you literally act like it's a burden and it's not fun. What I think of with an Airbnb is almost like a bed and breakfast, but like a cozy, like if I were to think of a positive experience, like a cozy welcome, like, oh my gosh, like a home away from home, like staying with a friend. And you want to go at that angle because then now it just sounds like you're staying with your shitty cousin that you don't like. So if I were them, I would literally be redirecting all of this. And also I would probably start wiping some of this content and apologize for just how shitty the vibe is, because the vibes are low. Pissing on the parade right now, and I don't think this is fun in any way. 2, evaluate your late fees. I think late fees should exist because I'm very pro. I don't want businesses being taken advantage of. I think that's very important because I know that absolutely exists. But simultaneously, we don't need to go all this way. You can charge a fee for something that is inconveniencing you or disagreeing with a contract without it being absolutely outlandish, because also sometimes things happen. Like, I just feel like that would be crazy to me to go out of my way to cause problems for somebody in that way. I think there has to be a good, healthy balance, because also hotels have that balance, because you are competing with hotels. And with all these kind of expectations, most people are going to either hotel, more money there with more convenience and amenities, versus staying with you. They're going to go there because they don't want to deal with the inconvenience of it all. So you have to show why you are just as good, if not better, than a hotel or the hotels that are in your competitive area. And again, as you guys know, like, I don't think anyone is just shot forever. I think this is a little bit of a trend right now that they may be hopping onto and thinking that it's going to be gaining good traction, but it's actually being incredibly counterproductive. Again, not all press is actually good press. I don't give a shit what anyone says about that. It also can damage your reputation, how people actually see you, and you don't really want that. You know, it also could potentially impact your business, and that's not fun for anybody. So I think we need to lean the more positive side and do things a little bit better. That was my talk about the Airbnb couple. What do you guys think? Do you think they're in the right? Do you think they're doing too much? Do you think some of their comments are realistic? I love to hear about them, but it was very, very fun to talk about this with you guys. Let me know how you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the sponsor in the link in the description below and pin comment. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.